Well, what do we have here? That is certainly not a red 82308 Magnum PI car. What's up, boys and girls? Welcome back to my teeny tiny little automotive channel. And today I'm going to show you this amazing 1982 Ferrari 308 GTB. The GTB is the coupe version, unlike the GTS that has the target top. I guess it's called coupe, or if you're really fancy, you can call it a coupe. If you're one of those fancy people that shops at Target, but if you're just a simpleton like me that shops at Wally World, then I call it a coupe. What an amazing car. I've spent quite a bit of time with this car, put a few miles on it, and I've been smiling ever since the day I picked it up from Aaron. Now, my car is at Aaron's place. He is using it for some testing, and that's why I have this one sitting in my garage. Basically, they are the same car. They share the same platform. Mine is a little bit beefier because they had to add support when they blew out the roof. But overall, pretty much the same car. You'll notice subtle differences in the interior along the door sills and stuff are a little bit different because of the structure of the body, being that mine has the removable hardtop. Same 2.9 liter V8. This car actually has over 100,000 miles. It's got 105,000 miles on it, but she runs so strong and runs so well. And the things that Aaron has done to this car just make it a usable, everyday, drivable car. This is the 6th Ferrari that he has actually done the turbo conversion on, and I believe the EFI as well. The EFI alone just wakes this car up. It makes it such a joy to drive. It fires right up. It makes it like a regular car. The turbo, that's just extra fun. You know, you've taken a car that was once around 200 horsepower, so says Ferrari, and you bumped it up to like 400 horsepower just on regular pump gas. Now, if you use E85, you can push 500 horsepower in this car. This car does have AC, and it does have the window helpers for the power windows, which makes them go up and down much quicker than they ever would have. Any car that does not have that done, the windows are just slow as molasses. It's really annoying. Got my little Game Boy GPS speedometer hooked up just for fun. Speedometer on this car works just fine. I just like it. It's a talking point when I go to shows. If you've seen my videos, I will never get tired of that. If you watch my videos and you follow along, you know that I used to own a 1982 Mondial that Aaron also built, which was electronic fuel injection and turboed as well. Great car, so much fun. I were taking my family out all the time or whatever. I mean, perfect car to have. It's all the fun you can have in this car, but with 2 extra seats for little ones in the back. But between those 2 cars, this one and that Mondial, honestly, I have to say that this car, to me, is 10 times better than the Mondial, only because it's all that power and reliability and fun in a smaller package. And that's not knocking the Mondial, because that is a great car. That was a fun car. But, you know, if you don't have to take passengers or just one passenger, this is the platform you want to be in. So they built way less GTB coupe versions than they ever did of the GTS cars. And that's why, if you're looking at prices and stuff right now, the GTBs, they're taking off and they're actually bringing more money than the GTS cars. that's great. That will help the GTS cars in the long run, but because they didn't build a lot of these, or they just built more of the GTS, people are kind of realizing, hey, these are really special cars, and you just don't see them. Now, I'm sure somewhere in the Metroplex, there's another GTB, but to be honest, in all the years that I've gone to these local car shows and meetups and cars and coffees, I have never seen another Ferrari 308 GTB at any one of those shows. So if you're looking for something unique and powerful and fun and something that's going to just consistently increase in value, this is the car you want to be in. This car is for sale. He's willing to part with it. Believe me, if I didn't have a DeLorean project going on right now, I would love to have this car sitting next to my red one. This car is a lot of fun to drive. And it's just, it's normal, you know? It doesn't take a lot of effort to drive this car, and it gets out of its own way when it has to. That power is there if you need it. I don't beat on my cars, and I'm certainly not beating on someone else's car, but you know, if you do first to second and you get on it a little bit, it's gonna go. You know, second to third rip, it's gonna move, and it's fun, and it makes the right noises. I've talked about it before, and I'll say it again only because I recently had to work on this car. These 308s, they're very easy cars to work on. If you are somewhat mechanically inclined, if you can turn a wrench and, you know, read a manual, read specs and things like that, you can work on this car with no problem. This is not one of the cars that you have to do the engine out service, thank goodness, so it's not gonna break the bank. The color combination on this car is incredible. Silver on this darker red is just beautiful. Typically, I'm not a huge red fan, but it works so well with this car. Aaron's done some stuff on the outside that's really set this car apart. You know, it's got the Euro front end on it, the Speedline wheels. This car is lowered. It's sitting on QA1 coilovers all the way around. So the suspension is adjustable, but it's set. You know, you don't have to mess with it. I don't know why you would, but if you ever wanted to, I guess you could. So visibility is actually, I think, a little bit better in this car than in the GTS, because the GTS has these louvers that cover both of these rear side windows, where on this car, they're open. You can see out of them very well. This thing has everything you need. You know, it's got a stereo, it's got AC. Now, it doesn't have power steering, but that's okay. It's such a small car, you really don't notice it. Backing out of your driveway, you put a little oomph into it, you're fine. But once you get going, not a big deal. There's no computers in here telling you when to shift, or you drive this car. This car doesn't drive you like these modern cars. I love that sound. Just a fun car. So if you're looking to get into something, you want something that's going to increase in value and get a return on your investment, and something you can use and enjoy, this is the car for you. You know, this is not one that you just leave in a garage and, you know, wax it once a month and it only comes out for, you know, maybe an hour or so to go around the block. No. These cars are begging to be used. You gotta use them. You can't just let them sit like that. It's nice to have something super pristine, but honestly, you're doing the car more harm than good. You gotta get these engines warmed up. Don't let them sit. That's the worst thing you could possibly do, is let a car sit. Cars in museums, yeah, they're fun to look at, but I feel so bad because they're beautiful, but they're rotting away just sitting in these museums and these collections. If you're interested in this car, reach out, MrNobody'sGarage@gmail.com. I'm happy to put you in touch with Aaron. Those guys build some amazing things. Aaron knows his stuff, and he does such a great job with putting these cars together. He makes these 40-plus-year-old exotics usable again and brings them up to date. If you're not familiar with these 308s, you know, they have plenty of room, like in the trunk area back there. You could put a set of golf clubs, just like Corvette advertises. You could jump in this car and blast down to Austin, or take it on a 3-4 hour trip, go away for a weekend and just find some twisty turny back roads, have a good time. That's what this car wants, that's what this car needs. So we're going to cruise in here to a local show. They raise money for charity. I like supporting this event. It's mostly hot rods and stuff like that, but 1 or 2 somewhat exotic cars may show up. I may be the only one, that's okay. So it just worked out that there is a C8 Corvette parked next to me. So let's do a quick comparison. All right, I mean the C8, it's a good looking car, don't get me wrong. But honestly, like, you can't beat that styling, right? That's timeless. And pop-up headlights, you gotta have pop-up headlights. Everything about this is just spaceship. It's like a giant computer. It needs 3 pedals, it does. That's the only thing really holding this car back, is the fun stick, the lack of fun stick. But look at that, I mean, if something goes wrong, you got just an error message gonna pop up on a screen. So what do we got? Rinse, wash, spin, deep cycle, okay. I mean, this is cool, don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of what they've done with the mid-engine, super cool. However, this is where they kind of drop the ball. So you take your top off and you put it in here. Well, now you've just killed all of your space that you did have. So Chevy claims, oh, you can fit a golf bag or 2 golf bags. Well, not if you want to drive without the top and then have it for later. Whereas over here, still get a trunk. Now, yes, this is the coupe version, but in the GTS cars, you can take the targa top off, and they have designed a nifty little space right here behind the seats that it slides down into and just rests up against this panel right here. So you don't have to waste all of your trunk space. Definitely got some meat on it, but so does this one. Here's the best part right here. Right here, that turbo. Yeah, that turbo go woo, woo, woo. So they did a pretty good job of hiding the door handles on this car. Pretty slick right here, and they tuck it right up underneath, right here. Pretty cool how they designed it in there like that. And Ferrari did the same exact thing, because this is how you open the door here. And that is the Turbo 308. So how many miles have I actually put on this thing since I've been playing with it? Oh, shoot.
How many miles did you say this thing had on it when we left? 126 and halfway between 3 and 4 tenths. Why? How many miles are on it now?
I put a couple of miles on it. I mean, can you blame me though? This car is so much fun.
I love driving it. It is so choice. If you have the means, I highly recommend picking one up.
If you are in the market for a 308, you definitely need to consider this car right here. The GTBs, they're going up in value. They're going up pretty quick. But if you want a car that you can just use and enjoy the hell out of, this is the car. It saddens me that someone else will end up owning this car, because I mean, I couldn't move enough stuff fast enough to buy this car. But hopefully, fingers crossed, I can just build my car just like this one. But if you're seriously interested, this car is for sale. Reach out to me, mrnobodiesgarage@gmail.com, and I will get you in touch with the man, the myth, the legend, the turbo guru, Mr. Aaron Bunch. You guys can hopefully strike a deal, and she can go from my garage to your garage. Thanks so much for watching. Stay hungry, stay foolish.